Hello, friends. I hope you can hear me clearly, regardless of the water in the background. But it's crazy how much time it appears to take to really embed yourself in the new consciousness that emerges when you have decided to make a change. It's time and it's not time at all, because here from this point in awareness, the change happens in thought, in action. The more and more you pay attention to the patterns that you experience internally in your mind, the more you are able to recognize what program you have been subscribing to in your life. The more you understand why the experience is what it is. You somehow had a choice all along. Whether it is how you are reacting and you think it's your environment that is the problem. It started somewhere internally, inside of your mind, inside of your awareness to it. There's just so much space available to really stretch out yourself, to really go beyond the borders of your thinking that you've been used to anyway. Nothing has to be the same, because nothing is ever the same. In terms of things that you no longer subscribe to or align with, the real you is never changing. The real you is always here and present, but it is without identity. It is without a bond of concepts. It's completely without concepts. It's so free that it has no concepts at all, but it identifies with concepts in order to engage with this world. But that is not a necessity. A necessity in terms that you can be here free from mental concepts, from mental struggling. Be still. How often are we told this? To be still when your mind is shaky. And where is the stillness coming from? The awareness of the breath. For me, this is the most essential way to calm myself. This being identified with anxiety and all sorts of mental trappings, you could call them, because it didn't have the awareness that it could just be still and know that I am beyond the circumstance, beyond the appearance, abiding simply here and now, no fear. It takes time for this to be fully embedded, to be awakened within your DNA. Your intuition becomes clearer because you start trusting, because you start listening, because you were in the silence. The patterns aren't the same anymore because you finally decided to choose the ones you were gonna listen to, because if you are someone that has a lot of thoughts that cross in their airways, you realize that some of the thoughts you have been engaging with were detrimental to you, beginning to show in your experience. Luckily for us, we have salvation at every moment of our choosing, but we have to choose so we can be free from all concepts and identified patternings that we were once chained to. They don't have to keep us down or keep us limited to those beliefs. We can be free. Free from the identification of those thoughts. You can finally be open to the mystery of life, to the guidance that comes with intuitive silence, awareness, present awareness and stillness that is just here, that is your natural state of being. It's not something you have to try to be, it's just who you are. And within that spontaneity comes forth, the spontaneity of choice, of right action, because you are so in tune with the all, with God here and now. I and my Father are one. And in that, how can there be a mistake? How can there be a wrongdoing? You don't do anything until the command is clear within you. But it's to align yourself in a way that the command can become clear and that you can act on it. Because what happens is we do hear the command, but there's so many others. So it's like, which one is the truth? The true will of my Father, the true will of my soul, the true will that is for this path that I am on. Because there's so many ideas in this world. And the world is always changing because it's a temporal being. But we must engage with it. We cannot run away from it because we are here for a reason. There is awareness at this point through this vehicle for a reason. How could there not be? Otherwise, what is the point of this creation? The reason could simply just be the awareness itself. The awareness that I and my Father are one, for this realization alone. What a magnificence to me. Everything really is within you. Everything that you need is here and now. There's always lag time in the appearances, because form takes time to shape, to be called forth. But look at Jesus. Anything he needed, he had, whenever he needed it. The more and more you become in tune, the quicker it appears, because this appearance of time diminishes. Heaven is now, it's a perception. The perception begins in your thoughts because it's consciousness. It's not a place, it's consciousness. The whole world is shaking now. The systems are crumbling. The appearances are changing, as they are too. We do our part in attuning ourselves to this presence, to this stillness, so that we can hear clearly, so that we can know what to do, so that the plan can be executed rightfully. So stay in good cheer, in good spirits. You have what you need. You do. But you need to know it. You need to know it, and you need to see it. You need to see it to see it, you know? You need to see it to see it. So that's all for this message. Thank you for tuning in and stay blessed.